Alright, so hello everyone. In today's lesson, we will see the difference between the subject pronouns here in blue, the object pronouns here in green, and the possessive adjectives here in red. So let's move on to the next slide here. Abraham Lincoln and George Washington have an apple. So you see here, Abraham Lincoln and here George Washington, they have an apple here. Good. So look what happens here. Johnny, this little guy, sorry, this little guy right there, Johnny eats the apple of Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. So we see these two guys are crying. It's pretty sad. So let's take the blue pen for the subject and ask ourselves, who is eating the apple? Is George Washington eating the apple? No, right? It's Johnny right there. He is the one eating the apple. So Johnny eats the apple. But can you guys think of what is Johnny eating? Like, is he eating a banana? No, he's eating the apple, right? Good. So Johnny eats the apple. And the last question is, who are the real owners of the apple? Who are the true possessors of the apple? If you remember correctly, it's George Washington and Abraham Lincoln, right? So Abraham Lincoln here and George Washington are the owners of the apple. But you see, it's a pretty long sentence. Johnny eats the apple of Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. I can think of a few ways to make it a bit shorter. So let's take a look at the first one. See, here, by replacing Abraham Lincoln and George Washington by a possessive adjectives, we can make it much shorter, right? So Johnny eats their apple. Good. So let's take a look at another way to make it shorter. Here, Johnny is being replaced by the subject pronouns he. So he eats their apple. Do you can you think of a way to make it even shorter? I can think of one. So here, let's imagine that George Washington asks Abraham Lincoln, "Hey, Abraham, do you know where is our apple?" And well, Abraham Lincoln's then answers, "Well, I think that, well, he eats it. Johnny right there, he eats it." So, you see, here, since they both know what they are talking about, they just need to replace the apple here with the object pronoun. So, he eats it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much, guys, and see you next week.